Welcome back to a Mindful Trader daily trade recap. It is September 10th, 2020, and we're going over GJ, GA, and GC. I have these tabs open at the exact time that I called each of these setups, and we'll be going through it anyways. So let's start with 4 hour. So we saw 4 hour pullback on GJ, right? We saw a pullback to this market structure here, right? So that was definitely a key level, and we saw price just consolidating throughout the day until pre-London price rejected 137.800, and it pushed straight up to the next level. Remember, price just goes level to level. There's no reason for price to stop here and reverse from here because this isn't a key level. This is the market structure at the top, 138.32 that we have from yesterday. So what we initially saw, we saw price rejected, okay? We saw price rejected, 215, we pushed up and rejected it, and we came back down. That's 50 pips, okay? That's 52 pips, came back down at 4 a.m., so an hour after London open. What happened after? We rejected it again. And where are we going after? Back up to this market structure. Remember how we always say that this liquidity grab over here was a setup for this move, right? The move after liquidity grab usually dictates the direction that's going to go in New York and London, okay? London and New York. So not enough order flow when price came down here to break this key level that we were previously at, right? This was a higher time frame level that we had. Not enough order flow, so we push back up. Remember, that's what price does, grabs more liquidity. And then pre-New York, 6 a.m., 6:30, this is 7 a.m. candle. So pre-New York, price rejected that same area again and dropped. Where did it drop? Dropped back down to 137.800 in about 45 minutes of these three candles, right? Oops. So dropped, broke right here, broke this level. And when we break a level, where are we going to go at the next level? Where's the next level? The sell range from yesterday. Remember, we said that price was, when price rejected this was a key level, right? Right there. That was a key level. So when price broke back below this, the only next thing to do was to continue down to here. Fucking amazing, right? Simple as hell. It's not that hard. So let me just delete these and we'll go further into depth in lower time frame. So you see, we broke it. We broke the level, came back up for 9 a.m., retested it, 137.800 retested, and then we proceeded to create a new low here first, initially, filled their sell range, and then we made a new low, right? Price is still dropping. Wow. A couple of minutes ago, it was at 136.2. Yeah, pound is taking a freaking shitting right now. Okay, so let's go into lower time frames and go over what happened. Cool. So price rejected this, and then we saw several 5 minutes close at key level. My boy Quinton, the 100FX on Instagram, something that he's taught me is daily highs and daily lows are good areas for liquidity grabs, right? This was the previous daily high, correct? And you continue up here. We got a grab liquidity right at the daily high, rejected it. And so, 1 second. Rejected it, and right away came back down. Look at it, rejected right at that level, right? It's not a coincidence. This is all predetermined. When there's price to be met, that price will be met. So this price had to be met before we continued the move, right? Continuation happened. Cool. So came back down, London 50 pips, quick 50 pips. Should have taken profit, right? Because you didn't know if it was continue. Price came back up, right? And then once we broke back below, we continued down, okay? So this is pre-New York. Lower high, broke this level, proceeded to make a new low, right? And then we needed more liquidity to continue down, generate more order flow, came back up, retested market structure, 137.8, created a lower high, and then we continued down to our target for sells, okay? Which was 136.800. So, we're looking at 4 hour, you see? This is exactly what we anticipated, and I'll show you. Said that first, if price might have pulled back up a bit to fake out 138.5, but that didn't happen. Price instead rejected the daily high. I said that if it would come back down, create a lower high at 138.3, and then continue down, retest 137.8 once it broke, and then continue down, fill our sell range. exactly what happened. Besides pulling up to 138.5, instead we rejected daily high. Okay, so we rejected daily high, broke this level, retested like we said, and filled our sell range at 136.8. Okay, so let's determine how many pips that was. First, you had this opportunity here, okay? You had this opportunity to take sells, which would have gotten you nice 50 pips. So these would have gotten you nice 50 pips, all right? Let's say you close positions here, right? And then you're up for New York. You're still on the chart. And you see, okay, price pulling back up. We know that New York infamous for coming back to where London grabbed liquidity, generating order flow, and then going there. Okay, now we know that. Remember, I sent yesterday's videos too. If there's a second time that we're coming back to that same level from London to generate liquidity, we're going to fill the entire range next time we continue that move, right? After we're done generating liquidity. So price came down and then broke down. And this was your target this time, right? Why was this your target? Because this was market structure. We called it. We said price was going to come back down to 136.8. Okay, so that was that. So 150. How much is that? 150 and 50 pips. 200 pips given on GJ, right? Called those out. So what can happen next? Our next level I have here is 135.5, which is a weekly level. So these daily candles, right? Or even might be a bit lower. But 135.5 is what I currently have. Anywhere where these wicks are. You see these wicks? These wicks right here. So we could tap anywhere in this level. Let's say price does tap this level and she rejects it, we may go back up to here before creating a higher low and going deeper into this level. Okay, but we're just gonna have to be watching what's gonna happen. But you see this price action here, so it's likely that we're gonna tap into this level. Might even be 135.200 or even 135 exactly, but I will put both of them. So anywhere between this zone, it's a big zone. But if we do come back before pulling back, then expect, like, I think we could have a rejection of here. But otherwise, this was very clean, super clean. As soon as we broke back below this market structure here, we knew that retested 1 hour, we retested here and then we continued down. And then even when we broke past this, we retested, continued down. So many opportunities, and we only enter when price is actively reacting to these level, actively reacting to it. Okay, that's GJ, 200 pips given. Okay, so called this as well. I said price is going to pull back to this level, maybe 1.7900 or a bit above, before continuing down to our weekly goal. Okay, I'm only going to count the pips from here because this is what I said our target was. This was a weekly zone that I had, and due to this over here, this price action, and let me show you on daily. This is why daily over here, right? So these wicks here. Now we've broken that market structure. We'll go through that in a second. Okay, so price in fact pulled back after 5 a.m. Although it didn't pull back exactly to this key level, I said, oops, am I in the wrong? 1 second, let me go to the GA1. GA is at 15 minutes. I wrote these down, 15 minutes, 22 seconds. Yeah, right here, see? So price pull back somewhere near the zone, and then we'll continue down to our level down here. Okay, what happened? What time frame was that? 4 hour. Let's just map out how 4 hour looked. Exactly. Price pulled back to that level, like I said, the zone that we had from before, and we continued down straight to this level, right? It's not rocket science. It's just pure market structure and knowing what to look for. This was just order flow being generated in the markets, more sell orders being generated for sellers to push price down to the next key level, which is here. And you see exactly when we got to that key level, we saw an initial rejection. So we saw the initial rejection because these key levels work. It's not whatever it is taking profit there, sellers taking profit, some buyers stepping in. It's a constant game of tug of war, right? But you see prior, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. on 1 minute, if we're looking at 1 minute, prior to the sell-off, price was making higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, right? So we knew that this was just a liquidity grab. So we tapped here, see price started consolidating, broke down, created a lower high, created a new low, created a lower high, created a new low, and eventually reached this level. So looking on 1 minute or even 15 minute, you can tell that once price broke back below here, you could have sold. Broke below 1.7900, could have sold. Just how we said here, that would pull up and then go down. Exactly what happened. Classic GA. GA actually fell a lot today. GA fell a total of 330 pips, but I said our target was up here, so 160. 160 from, I'll even do it actually a bit less because I called it from, I said 1.79 continuation. 1 second. 1.79. 150 pips. 150 pips on GA, straight down to this level, created a new low. What can happen next? Okay, so we've currently broken this level. Our next level is down here, and I have that through weekly. These weekly candles closing above, right? Above this level, maybe come down a bit further, but this is generally the level that I have. So, which is 1.74. Actually, let's round it off. 1.74. And then, so what can happen now? Price pulls back to this zone. Same thing, right? Consolidate and then come back down like we did here, right? Like we did here, pull back to this level, okay? Like we did here, pull back here for continuing. So just got to know what you're looking for, and then, which is continue down to this level, which is still a long way to go, right? We still have 200 plus pips to get to that level. So possible that we pull back for Friday and then push down on Friday. Friday volume kicks in, same thing over here. But yeah, that's GBPAUD. Okay, very clean. This is broken market structure, so it's when market structure breaks, we're likely to retest it, but price has been making a low, right? So you got to be aware of where will price stop, because weekly candle has to pull back, but maybe there's further continuation due to the Brexit uncertainty right now. GBPCAD called this exactly, said if we remained below 1.71416, we were going to continue down. But I also said if, let's say we, let's see that there. If we broke above, retested it, we'd continue higher to this level. That didn't happen because we go level to level, right? Instead, I also highlighted that, see, if we stayed below this level, retested it, we'd continue down to our next level. Stayed below this level, right? Didn't go above it, which was 1.71416. 1 second, let me play this. 1.7146, which is the same. 41646, exact same thing. So pulled up. Okay, so we'll just move it to the price level we had in the video. 4.6, exactly. Look at that, 4.6, actively reacting to this level. Perfect sell-off. So price was consolidating prior to this, right? This complete shit. This is completely consolidation. We know we're gonna get a liquidity grab. When price is doing this, why would it continue? Why would it continue down from here? What's the point of that? When market always does liquidity grabs, pulls up to here, and then continues down to our key level. Okay, so pulled up, initial rejection at 5:20 a.m. 2 hours 20 minutes after London Open. Pulled down, got another got a double top, right? Create a lower high, and then we started continuing down. By 9 a.m. we had reached our target an hour after New York Open. So 3 hours later, 150 pips, right? Let's check 1 minute. Look at this, 1 minute, right? Rejected, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, and then we got here. So call this exactly as well. Look at that price. This was the market structure, right? Price reacted to a daily candle, created its upper wick, and came back down to this level that we had. Okay, what can happen now? Same thing, maybe price pulls up, not as high, but continues down, right? creates a lower high. Essentially, that's what we're looking for. We're just looking for market structure. Look, these wicks are just lower highs, and the bottom wicks are just lower lows, right? So what's going to happen next? Price going to pull back up, but where's it going to pull back up to? This is our next market structure, and we'll be monitoring levels as they come, okay? So just got to be aware and know what you're looking for. I've been done for the week, so I didn't execute, but you see it, called it with perfection, every single pair, anticipated every single move. This is just from journaling and knowing what I'm looking for. So if you guys should definitely be doing that, just journaling and knowing and writing down everything. See, this is what I mean. So even on here, I said yesterday, when we only enter when price is actively reacted to the level, sold off. 1 second. I'm only going to count until here because this was the target that I called out, right? This was the target from the video, 69.69, right? 150 pips, stop loss above the key level, 15 pips. Remember I said 15 pips on GBPCAD. From 900, let's call it 150 pips as well. Stop loss above the upper wick on here would have to be a bit higher, 25 pips, 150 pips. And then just was 50 pips at first. 50 pips at first. 50 pips, and then 104. So basically 200 pips on GJ, 150 on GBPCAD, 150 on GBPAUD. 500 pips called out from yesterday's daily recap. All you had to do was watch. Actively reacting to price levels, right? Actively reacting to price levels, take entries, actively reacting to the price level, zone pullback, right? Didn't exactly go up there, but confirmation was there, called it out right there. Actively reacted to the level, previously actively reacted to the level here, right? That's when we take it. We're not trying to take trades when price is in the middle of nowhere, right? We're not trying to take trades here. We're not trying to take trades here. We're trying to take it at the pinpoint entries when price is reacting to these levels. That is the reason why liquidity grabs happen. Price will always pull back to that level, okay? So 500 pips called out. Like you saw it getting called out. I even went through the timestamps in every single one, called it out, retest down, stay below this 138.34, will continue down, pull back up, continue down to the next key level, 150 pips. GA fell over 300 pips, but our target was 150, right? Even here, where was it? Sorry, 15. No, this was at 11.11. Yeah. So 1 second. Yeah, see, stay below this. If we stayed below it, retested it, continue down. We did stay below it. We just retested it. Price reacted to the level, actually reacted to it, fell down 150 pips. 150, 150, 200. 500 pips called out. GBP weakness, been calling out for the entire week. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed it. This was a good 18 minutes. I actually, these are the first things that I watch in the morning. I rewatch my own daily trade recap because you got to drill this stuff into your head. It's good. It's got to become second nature, right? You're not trying to be executing with weakness. You're trying to execute with complete confidence, and that's what we're after. So journal, take pictures, do whatever you have to do to gain that confidence, to drill it into your head that you will only be executing with perfection, with precision, right? And you're gonna be just completely aware of what's going on in the market. You're trying to be fully focused, not trying to be half-ass focused. The markets will eat you up if you're barely focused. You got to be, what I've been doing is I've been putting away my phone, and I've been putting it away for entirety of when I trade. So I start at 1 a.m. Eastern time, which is 2 hours before London Open, and I'll continue till New York Open, which is New York Open, a bit after New York Open, so 9 a.m. Around 8.5 hours. I'll take a break in between, but 7.5 hours, I won't be on my phone. My phone will be completely across the room, and it'll just be me, the charts, and some binaural beats. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. 500 pips called out. See you tomorrow.